I am a bike racer, and I was like, it pained me to sit on the side. I couldn't even watch the World Cups last year. Like when they were on the weekends, I'd just find something else to do that would get me away from thinking of what other people were doing, racing something that I felt I should have been doing.
So long ago now that I need someone to sit and tell me what happened with all of it.
Will and I had actually chatted in previous off seasons about where I was contractually and moving forward, was there any opportunity? So I knew that he was a great person for me to be around. So we had talked a little bit, and I'd made sort of a few comments saying that I'm definitely interested, so please consider me. And then when he actually rings me up and he's like, well, what do you reckon? Do you fancy a bit of bike racing next year? These are some local woods to where I grew up. I guess you could say it's where I learned a lot of my skills and have a lot of fun riding here. You know, 15, 20 years on, I'm still riding here, and still probably one of my favourite places to ride. It's really pretty, as you can see, and just has everything. Got some leg speed.
I think it's exciting. I think he's quite a character. I think he's well known within the downhill circuit. He's won World Cups in the past, national titles. He's had a year away from competition, so he's got to get back up to speed in fitness and in his physical condition. He's got to get back up to speed on the downhill bike.
I would say I'm looking forward to it, but I'm going to be in a mess, as you're well. Yeah, it'll be really hard. Some of the tests are they're just brutal. Doesn't matter how fit you are, they were just designed to put you till failure pretty much. So yeah, I'll be a sweaty mess later and struggling.
The first 2 minutes. Okay, from there it'll monitor itself, dude. I'll give you a little bit of advice by looking over your shoulder. Last 2 minutes. Right, you got it.
Oh my god, the last bit of it, I was just in my head thinking about, because I only did that one World Cup with 10 days preparation on my bike.
Fort William.
Yeah, Fort William World Cup, like most physical track probably. And I was just elbows down in my race run, like suffering. Yeah. And that was my determination. It's like, get myself out of a hole and be the person that, wants to be up there for wins and podiums, and how I was a few years ago. That was just driving me through that 12 minutes. Trip down memory lane, 2007. Now we were going places. After winning the World Cup in Vigo, I got the leader's jersey for one round. There I am. Oh dear, that's qualifying crash, no way! I didn't even know that they had that. This is my race run here, I think. Oh my god, look how young I look. I actually fell asleep in the bath that night, and my mechanic at the time had to drag me out. I went to Champery and made a mess of it the next week, so I didn't do this again, unfortunately. but it'd be nice to have one of those again. Having the opportunity to come round again, I really liked the idea, but I didn't actually think that it would come around. I didn't think that I'd get the right opportunity. As I mentioned before, I was like quite strict and knew what I wanted and the people that I wanted to work with. So having, Will Longdon being the guy behind everything, he understands me, he knows exactly how I work, and he's great at what he does, so that was a massive plus. And I have now the opportunity of the infrastructure around me is all focused on if I have a problem or I want to go in a direction with training or with my bike, I'm able to do that by just an email or a phone call, which I haven't really had that. I've had very close, but perhaps not so much. It's much different this time, and my training's a lot different as well. I'm not perhaps going down the direction that I was. I'm trying to do it all different, and why not? Why not try and do it different to before? Phil Dixon's like the performance coach. He's totally into getting me back to where I think I belong and better than that. And I wouldn't come out here and say, right, I'm going to go to Lords and I'm going to win, because I don't think that would be entirely realistic. But looking to come out in a really good place and build off that. It's certainly been hard, like the last month, 6 weeks, trying to train around GMBN and then full-time training. You like mentally, you're like, yeah, I'm going to get back and I'm going to do this, that, and the other. But when you actually start training, you realise that what you've lost within that break.
He's not slow considering he's had a year off, so no, we've just been giving each other a bit of stick everywhere. I think it's just the fitness letting him down. He's got to get the engine back up to full capacity and get him running rich.
I think taking a year out of sport, I think Marc's been quite surprised how much physical condition he's lost. But Marc's a talented guy and he's prepared to work hard, so he's going to get back up to speed quick. And I don't want to put a number on it, but hopefully Marc's competitive from the off.
Oh, now we're going.
Is that nice on your neck, that wet mud?
Yeah.
That'll do it. Are we planning on staying a while?
Yeah.
The caveman in me.
That's going to be your bike. I'm really enjoying it. Like having, not fazed by the weather. It's like such a good conditions and good terrain to ride and train on. I will say my arms are like a little bit weak for this sort of physicality stuff, but that's only with time. As for the team environment, it's really good. Matt's really knowledgeable on the bike, so I can learn stuff. All the guys know things to help me get up to speed, and yeah, it's been really good fun.
Up a bit.
I reckon I got to know you properly like 2002, 2003.
When did you join MBUK team? When was that?
2005.
2005.
Yeah.
From a distance, knowing Marc as long as I had, I just saw that it didn't gel, and I saw that he was. I know what Marc's got and how talented he is, and I didn't see it happening. He just looked like he was going through the motions, and I thought, has he had enough? Is he ready for packing it in? And when I talked to him, he didn't talk like that. And the year before, I hoped to have the opportunity to be able to bring him onto the team, or something had come up for him and he'd get a different ride, and it didn't happen. And when he ended up without a ride, I was pretty gutted, really. And I knew he'd got the job with GMBN, and I thought, well, perhaps he has moved on and he'd had enough. But I think having spoken to him since then, he just didn't want to do it half-assed. It's not his way. If he was going to do it, he wanted to be on a team, he wanted to do it properly and give his best. So I kept that in the back of my mind. And then he came back to 2 races, having not trained properly, having not ridden his bike, and just on heart, the results he got in Fort William in qualifying. I sat and watched that in the grandstand actually. And it touched me. It got to me a little bit, and I just thought he's not finished. There's more in him to be able to give Mark that one last chance, perhaps at giving it another go and seeing how he gets on. It's nice to do that, and I think it'd be nice for him because I think he knows that I believe in him and his coach believes in him and his team's behind him, and I think it's going to be however it ends up, he's going to give it everything he's got, and that'll be enough for me, and it's going to be a fun year.